is the collection that I will be reading to you tonight. So, every word from here on out was created by the AI. Enjoy. Gray. A long black shadow slid across the pavement near their feet, and the 5 Venezuelans, very much startled, look overhead. They were barely in time to see the huge gray form of the carnivore before it vanished behind a sign atop a nearby building which bore the mystifying information: Pepsi Cola. Towels. Why do Americans have so many different types of towels? We have beach towels, hand towels, bath towels, dish towels, camping towels, quick to dry towels, and let's not forget paper towels. Would one type of towel work for each of these things? Let's take a beach towel. It can be used to dry your hands and body with no difficulty. A beach towel could be used to dry dishes. Just think how many dishes you could dry with one beach towel. I've used a beach towel with no adverse effects while camping. If you buy a thin beach towel, it can dry quickly too. I'd probably cut up a beach towel to wipe down counters or for cleaning other items, but a full beach towel could be used too. Is having so many types of towels an extravagant luxury that Americans enjoy, or is it necessary? I'd say it's overkill, and we could cut down on the many types of towels that manufacturers deem necessary. Frogs. Frogs are amphibians, which means that they live in both water and on land. They have smooth, moist skin and can jump long distances. Frogs typically have webbed feet and bulging eyes that face sideways. The diet of frogs consists of mostly insects, worms, and other small animals. Sleep. When it comes to trying to make sense of your dreams, it is the predictability that sets the criteria. What you do is analyze your dreams by seeking to find the meaning of the dream, even though this is often impossible to achieve. Sleep is the rest and the soothing rest it affords the body, and by these means, sleep seems to function like a dream. Sleep, after all, is largely unconscious. Sleep, after all, is largely unmeasured. Sleep, after all, is mostly restful. Sleep, after all, does not promote the reinforcing effects of dreams. Instead, sleep's rest, its respite from dream rest, appears to be its redeeming quality. But sleep might also be argued as giving a fleeting rest, a rest that may only last for a few hours or even be more brief. A sleeping person may have several of these uninteresting dreams within an hour. The briefness is something else that must be understood as relating to the very way dreams work. There is no such thing as a long and deep sleep. Dreams have their source in the brain, but the brain has no rest in sleep. Sleep is simply a more intense or frequent kind of dream. It is not impossible to have dreams without rest. Indeed, some people may have a dream every night, or nearly every night. In such a case, sleep could even be considered restful. Such is the dream of sleep deprivation. Sleep is not really a restful state, But although dreams don't require a long and deep sleep to be maintained, the ways in which dreams are often repeated and reenacted during sleep means they do require the sleep. In other words, sleep is not always restful. Sleep is often restorative, even restorative to the symptoms of disease, but that does not mean sleep is a permanent respite from symptoms. It does not provide these sleepful periods and restful time and rest of sleep that the brain and body need. Sleep, after all, is only a short pause from the rest of wakefulness. The brain needs a restful sleep, or else it is restless. Similarly, sleep could just be relatively brief rest, or sleep could be restful. But sleep is really just a rest for the brain. Sleep's purpose is to refresh the body. This need for sleep is not just a biological need, but is also a psychological need. After all, sleep should not be understood simply as rest. It is not rest for the body or rest for the mind. Sleep, after all, is a rest for the brain. Sleep is, to the brain, what rest is to the body. Sleep is a means to the brains and the rest. In order to have restful sleep, we need rest to the brain. Sleep, in other words, is primarily a means to rest the brain. As sleep is much more restful, sleep is primarily a means to rest the brain. Sleep is not rest, and for most people, sleep does not give a restful experience to the mind. Sleep is not restful for the mind. Sleep is rest for the brain. And sleep's purpose is to give the brain a rest from all the stress that causes most of the stresses that affect the mind. In other words, sleep and restful sleep are defined by the characteristics of rest. If rest is simply a restful experience for the mind, if rest is a stress-free experience, then that is what sleep is. The experience of restful sleep is what rests the mind and the brain. Fudge. I recently discovered I could make fudge with just chocolate chips, sweetened condensed milk, vanilla extract, and a thick pot on slow heat. I tried it with the dark chocolate chunks, and I tried it with semi-sweet chocolate chips. It's better with both kinds. It comes out pretty bad with just the dark chocolate. The best add-ins are crushed almonds with marshmallows. What you get from that is rocky road. It takes about 20 minutes from start to fudge. Start to fridge. And then it takes about 6 months to work off the 20 pounds you gain from eating it. All things in moderation, friends. All things in moderation. Love. He sat staring at the person in the train, stopped at the station, going in the opposite direction. She sat staring ahead, never noticing that she was being watched. Both trains began to move, and he knew that in another timeline, or in another universe, they had been happy together. What do you think? So, what do you think? He asked nervously. He wanted to know the answer, but at the same time, he didn't. He'd put his heart and soul into the project, and he wasn't sure he'd be able to recover if they didn't like what he produced. The silence from the others in the room seemed to last a lifetime, even though it had only been a moment since the question was asked. So what do you think? He asked again. Kenneth. Brock would have never dared to do it on his own, he thought to himself. That is why Kenneth and he had become such good friends. Kenneth forced Brock out of his comfort zone and made him try new things he'd never imagined doing otherwise. Up to this point, this had been a good thing, It had expanded Brock's experiences and given him a new appreciation for life. Now that both of them were in the back of a police car, all Brock could think was that he would never have dared to do it except for the influence of Kenneth. Happiness. Throw away the pretty soap on a rope that you've been using for years. Stick with the Dove soap. It's the best for your skin. Clean your mirror. In the morning, instead of a mirror, use something that isn't technically a mirror. I suggest a grid, windowsill, chalkboard, etc. Make sure you clean it every couple days to prevent bacteria. Use something as an actual mirror. This gives you a real view into your pores and is much more accurate representation of your skin condition. Note that your makeup won't necessarily be less flattering as you actually look at your skin condition. You can't actually see your pores in an actual mirror, and that's what makes them ugly and problem areas to begin with. Make a list of things that you like about your skin condition. The list should be small, as many of us have probably been telling ourselves that we look or feel sad or ugly all the time. Focus on what you can actually do to improve your condition. List the things that you think about in relation to your skin and the things that others see you have. This helps you to get off of your obsessive behavior and get real. Spend some time with someone who is not going to judge you and also remind you of the progress you've made with your condition. A friend, perhaps. It helps to have a visual reminder of your progress, which is something that you will be doing on a daily basis. Get some books that focus on issues that are specific to your skin, such as allergic conjunctivitis. There are also a few books that focus on acne, such as Steer Clear of Acne, but they tend to be over dramatic. A good rule of thumb is don't read things on acne unless you're interested in learning more about the issue. Wear makeup that is appropriate for your skin condition. The types of makeup that you wear will determine the type of makeup that will work best for your face. The line between a perfect face and an unhealthy face is sometimes very fine, and the product you choose for your face will show how well you can care for it. Makeup that doesn't match your skin will highlight your skin condition. Get started with using the products that you like, but don't use them as a crutch. When you're ready, there are two general categories of products. Something that is so thick it might as well be putty, and something that is so thin that you can apply with a lot of touch-ups. Make sure that the products that you're using are so compatible with your skin condition. Okay. That's it for the AI. That's all the AI wrote. I hope you enjoyed some of those stories. Hope you were able to relax to all my whispering. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you thought of this. Do you want me to read more AI stories? I thought the one about love was deep, quite sad, about the boy on the train. But yeah, anyways, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time.